IJburg, a part of Amsterdam which consists of floating houses and a couple of artificial islands. IJburg consists, at the time, of 6 artificial islands and the neighborhood of floating houses in the Eye Lake. The construction and settlement on the 6 islands formed Phase 1 in the plan of expanding the Amsterdam borders on water. 4 more islands are planned to be constructed in the future, but the construction of the last 4 islands has been delayed by a superior administrative court decision to annul the building permit of Phase 2 in the project due to a lack of consideration for the local environment. The artificial islands are made primarily of layer on layer of sand, which is spread out on the bottom of the lake. This continues until the height of the sand is 18 feet above sea level. The sand is then compressed to make it dry and safe to build on, so the island does not sink, like Atlantis. When the island is safe to construct on, the island is about 4 to 6 feet above sea level. This method is called the pancake method, because of the way you put layer on layer and make it look like a stack of pancakes. In addition to these 6 islands, 150 floating homes have been built in a dry dock 30 miles from IJburg. These steel and concrete buildings are floating in the lake. How, you may ask? The reason for the house's ability to float is the Archimedean principle. The principle says, if the weight of the water displaced by an object is equal to the weight of the object, the object can flow. The houses are built on hollow concrete blocks that also works as basements in the houses. The good thing about concrete is that it does not corrode in water and therefore doesn't need to be replaced, like we see with the wooden poles beneath Venice. The backside with floating houses are that you need to build the concrete block after which furniture you want to place in the house, and after that you cannot move the furniture. If you do, your house will be crooked, like this one. The houses are attached to poles drilled into the bottom of the lake, to ensure that they do not move because of the water's movement. The houses can rise and sink with the water. Since the houses are floating, the Dutch are using sluices to control the height of the water so the houses don't get in such a height that they are ripped off from the poles and are free floating. The IJburg project is a huge springboard for future colonization and on the sea. As the water levels around the world are rising, there's a lot of countries and inhabited areas that will be flushed away by the sea, because these areas are, as most of Holland is, below sea level. If the scientists and engineers can take the IJburg project and scale it up to whole cities instead of small neighborhoods, we could solve the overcolonization of the continents. We could evacuate whole cities from nature disasters, and we could have them live on the sea. So, IJburg is a great example of the Dutch ability of working with the nature. The engineering and math behind the IJburg project is amazing. In less than 30 years, they have made 6 islands ready to be used for apartments and offices, and they are not done yet. This is just the beginning of a bright future, where the whole world could cooperate with the nature to evolve and settle on new areas, for example on the sea. That would make a lot of things easier. So, we should all do like the Dutch. We should begin